Hey, bumblebees. What are you doing for yourself? What are you doing for yourself? I can't be really loud like I always usually am because people are sleeping in the house. It's, I think, like the 2:30 hour in the morning. I can't sleep. I've been having trouble sleeping. And I think once I finally get this video done, I'll be able to rest a little easier. Okay, you know what I mean. Okay, so I have racked my brain about this video and what to say because I want to get across everything with pure love and pure good intentions. So I hope that you know, catch my vibe. I was going to open this book, which I actually did open it, but I haven't looked since I wrote it. I finished it up yesterday, last night, like late. So there's 8 pages. Yeah, it's a lot. So make yourself a coffee and go ahead and just pause this. I'll be patient. Just be patient with me because there's a lot of stuff in this video. So like I said, I didn't want to rehearse because I'm not really good with rehearsal or structure. So I just kind of wanted to just open it and go with my heart, basically. So, it may not be flowy, it may be choppy because you know how I like to take little side tunnel lanes, you know, like, oh, Wendy, come back. And you're not going to even be here to like pull me back in, so that's a bummer. So I'm going to go ahead and start. If I'm looking at you differently, it's because usually I'm looking up, but I need to charge my phone. So I'm looking at it a little differently. I don't know. I'm looking at the camera hole. Inappropriate. Okay. So some of it may seem written. Well, they're my words. But I see myself definitely going into more depth. This is just like an outline of kind of my thoughts. And to show you these pages before I start, class, pay attention. Tell your kid to hold on. Letty, focus. Oh, okay. So I have, but they're numbered. So efficient. So we have 1, 2, excuse me, 3, 4, and they're in different orders. 5, 6, and then 7, 8. I think that's it. Who do we appreciate? The beehive. The beehive. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's open the book to page 1. All right, so it starts off with saying, and if I lack eye contact, I'll do my goodest, okay? My sweet bumblebees, that you are, especially the ones here and now. It's deep. I would like to start fresh, and that's what's been keeping me up at night. Tell you about who I am today. I started this page 4 years ago. As you may see, I have evolved, I have grown, and I love who I've become. When I started Coffee with Wendy over 4 years ago, I had a complete men following because, you know, I got by in life with my looks and my charm and my bubbly, outgoing personality. It didn't always bring in the best company, but it is what it is. So I wanted to start a page and Allie actually sent me the video of a very early video back 4 years ago where I wanted to get paid to love. And it doesn't have to be a lot, just enough to give it back to people. So it's crazy because I said that, and then through Facebook I was being paid, but I never got that money, but that's okay. We're moving forward. We're moving fresh. So anyway, so I started where I could, and that was any and everywhere. Anybody that wanted to see me on camera, I would be like, hey. And it was Coffee with Wendy. And it was like 99.9% men. And then there was Allie. And sorry, it's in my cage. Be quiet. No, it's me. So, but like it says here, but always the same intention to spread love, hope, and acceptance. Eventually, I just wouldn't give up. Eventually, women started showing up and men began to fade away because I started being authentic. And the authentic Wendy wasn't long, straightened hair. Wendy wasn't makeup. Wendy wasn't Gucci glasses. Wendy wasn't high heels. Wendy wasn't, Wendy wasn't all these things. And I used that for as long as it was, I guess, beneficial for me in life. But I was sad. I was always so sad. So I always struggled and desired and wanted women companionship. They always seemed to, since I was a little girl, bully me, beat me up. And I just don't have a violent bone in my body. Like, I don't even know what that looks like. I can be hurtful. And sometimes that could be worse, and I tried to tame that. But, yeah, I'm not a violent person. And so that's just not for me. So, when the men start to fade away, and that's when the Beehive came about. We had so many women, and it's like I was living a dream. I still feel that way. That so many women like me. Now, we know some people don't, and that's okay. I wish they didn't. It makes me sad. It makes my heart real sad. Because I feel so misunderstood. And if I could be better, just tell me in kind words, because I'm going to hear you. I promise. But, so anyway, that's basically where I decided to start the Beehive. And the Beehive, I got that from the importance of the bees. The bees, I know most of you know this. For any that may not, the world would not exist without bees. Well, God and all that, but God created the bees. And so we had these bees. Without bees and pollination, there would be no food. There would be no flowers. There would be no trees. There would be no nothing. So without my bumblebees, I am nothing when it comes to making a mark on this world, as God so badly shows me every day He wants me to do. So I am known as the queen bee. It makes me very uncomfortable because most of the following in this hive are older than me, and I don't like it. If I'm being honest, I don't want to be known as the queen bee. I did start the Beehive, but I did not do it alone. If I'm going to be the queen bee, then we're all queen bees. I don't quite know how that works in a beehive, but a lot of cooks, you know what I mean. But call me what you want. My name is Wendy, and I'm no more or no less than yourself. So it's humbling when people say that, especially when they're older than me. So Anywho, I wrote in here breathes, and I feel like I need to breathe, so that's what I'm going to do. My back keeps popping. I need to breathe. Okay. Do I know myself or what? Okay, so I'm going to go into, and this is like a few different roads. I know it's going to be a minute. I'm so sorry. I'm going to go faster. Watch. Breathe. Okay, yeah, I'm doing that. Who am I today? I am a godly woman. I am a godly woman. Before everything else, that is the most important thing to me, is my relationship with God. Right now it is shaken, but it's growing. You know what I mean? It's shaken, but it's growing. It makes me sad. Okay. I, however, am not religious, so I don't want to get it twisted. I know going in this that I'm going to lose bumblebees, and I hope that you find your way back, or maybe you could teach me what you know. I would love that. I would really love that. But I'm not religious. I am driven by a strong spiritual connection to my God. I say Jesus. I can't really ever say it without smiling, so that should tell you something, because it makes my soul happy. It makes it so happy. When I see a big cross, I travel, so I see a lot of big crosses on the side of the road. Unfortunately, I see small ones on the side of the road, and I always wish them and the family well, but the big ones, you know, representing, those make me happy. But I still don't see myself as religious because I haven't done the work to say that. You know what I mean? So I truly connect most with omnism, and that's OMNISM. And I'm going to tell you the definition, which will bring us to page 2. 12 minutes to second page. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Omnism. The recognition and respect of all religions and their gods, or lack thereof. It's similar, and it so is. I can't say this word right, but I'm really gonna give it a go. Woo-woo! Similar to syncretism, that word. The belief in all fusions of faith and harmony. So beautiful. That is godly to me. No one's better, no one's worse. We're all just equals. So, I believe wholeheartedly that all religions are extremely influential on culture and location. Now hear me out. Example, how I feel when I'm in Guatemala versus when I'm not. So you will never find me trying to convince someone of my beliefs. You will, however, always see me seeking as much information from people and their beliefs. I grow by hands-on experiences as well as hearing others' experiences and beliefs. It's fascinating to me. It's so fascinating to me. And I'll go more in depth into that. So I'm trying not to go down a side road. So it's the enlightenment journey, and it's the most fascinating, amazing thing. I know I move my hands around a lot. I'm not trying to be a hand model for yourself. I'm just cold. So that's what I'm doing here. It's cold. So going to 3. Can you even believe this? Oh my God, 3. We're going back into some stuff that I am. We're talking about me. I am honest, accepting, empathetic, giving, humble, and of course, hilarious. So now I'm going to break these down a little bit. And I'm going to start with honest. I don't keep or have secrets. I am proud to live an open book life. I live a very open book life. You guys know this. I don't have secrets. I even tell you what I pay. You know, I tell you what I was getting on Facebook or what I should have got. I'm very open. I'm open about my relationships. I'm open about my poops. You know, I'm real. I'm authentic. And you're going to get realness here, especially moving forward in a good way, a positive way. So definitely honest. And I thrive on honesty, brutal honesty. I do. Brutal. Yeah. So, let me see another one. Humble. To lose ego to me would be a win. I don't quite know how we do that. I enjoy living a humble life. I never have been one for the fancier things. I've always said with my castle on my parents' farm, that is definitely humble and cozy. And those are the two things that I thrive for and thrive with and thrive on. A lot of thriving. So, okay. Oh, both of them, that's right. Sorry, I was confusing myself with my rights. So, accepting, okay, listen now. Acceptance of people and being empathetic. I wrote down, these are gifts. I don't think these are definite, absolutely qualities that you're just born with. I feel like these are actually God-given gifts to people. And I choose to take my past and use it to understand the pain, the mental illness, hurt, etc. And that's why I'm really good at being an empath. Well, I am an empath, so I'm really good at being empathetic. My past is very traumatic to a lot of people that know about it. It isn't quite to me, definitely not now, because I see why God did, not he did, but he allowed that to be my story, because I definitely can help a lot of people heal if they're ready and willing. Because I'll build them right up. I'll build them right up. With God's help, oh, we got this. So I can love them through it and sometimes be able to relate. It's really, really hard, like, as my mother would cry and mourn over losing a child. Knock on wood, quietly. I can love her, but I could never empathize because, thank goodness, that's not ever something I've had to deal with, nor do I ever wish I do and that you do. So it's different. So the things that I can empathize with are powerful to me, and that is a gift. That is a gift from God. And to be accepting of these people, no matter their past. I mean, if you're out there hurting babies and animals and people, period, on a violent level, I ain't really down for that. You need to, there's consequences, but I'm the realest of the realists, and it's going to take a whole lot for me to turn my back on you and not understand why and how bad and horrible things can happen and how one decision can pretty much dictate our whole lives in some aspects. And it's unfortunate, and I take pride that God would give me the gift to be able to accept these people when a lot of people maybe couldn't. This one, giving. Giving is like air to me. It's like air to me. I have to make sure I don't keep money on me, because if I do, I give it away. I just end up giving it all away. I realize through trial and error and through people that were hard on me, aka Miss Betty, you know, you got to find a balance, and I'm working on that. And I heard you, and I appreciate it. I am really blessed with the ability to make people feel comfortable and accepted. I love the ability that I have to just, if I'm in a room with someone, I'm very there and attentive if that's what the mood calls for. And I'm able to knock down their walls really, really quick, because I make sure that I humanize myself immediately. I am human, I am flawed, and I am lovable, and they are as well. So I've been there, and I don't hide it. I'm proud of it, because I love who I am today, for sure. For sure. But still got lots of growing to do. So that's 3. Now we're on 4. I wonder how long this video will run. So with the good qualities, we also have things that we need to work on. And I put on here, I am also moody. I'm emotional. I'm an emotional being. I've blamed it on being a Cancer for a long time. But, yeah. But I'm not as moody and I'm not as emotional as I used to be. So, like I said, I'm growing. And I am open and always want to be better. So, and unfortunately, the worst is I'm very hurtful with my words. I used to be 100,000 million bazillion times worse. And I love who I've become. I love myself enough to see how far I've come. But I also love myself enough to know how far I yet to go. So I'm really easy breezy. And I choose to keep a lot of stuff not personally. Not a big deal. But I'm still just a girl, and I get hurt, and then like clockwork, it builds up, and then I attack, and my attacks are not as bad as they once were, but they are still attacks, and I'm very aware, and I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. And I'm going to continue to work on it, you know? But it's a sore spot because it's like I can't conquer it no matter how hard I try. And I hurt people. And that's never, ever what I want. So, anyway, let's see. Losing my place. That's just separate stuff. I don't know. So I put down here, it's so crazy to me how yeah, it is funny. It's very crazy to me that I can get at this point, thousands, hundreds of thousands. I mean, I have thousands of cards um, of unbelievable, kind, spirited, humbling, giving, loving, accepting, uplifting, just like so many kind messages, emails, letters, notes, post-its. And at times, a lot of times, I don't let it resonate because I can't even fathom someone that interested in me or my life. It's I can't fathom it. It's just mind blowing. So when one person says something negative, it's all or be all in my world at times. It in my mind right now, I'm like, there's got to be a way to stop haters that want to tear people down. I just want to love them. I just want to love them. If they could just give me 30 minutes of their time and hear me out, ask me anything they want, but it comes, you know, with my line of work. But my line of work is not murder mystery. My line of work isn't cooking. My line of work is spreading love, hope, and acceptance. And it's really hard to find a balance between blocking the haters and loving the haters. And it's just tough. So tough. It's heartbreaking. I know I'm looking off. It's tough. So, I wonder, I don't know. Okay, so in this one, we're going to go ahead and read this part. Sorry about that. I started the Beehive to provide a happy and safe place. Bumblebees showing up to spread love and to get a pick-me-up. Either way, my aura was carefree, lighthearted, silly, breezy, and safe. And I'm like, Wendy, what are you bringing to the table? And that's me lack of self-worth or understanding how I could possibly make an impact. Even though I read it, I see it, it just doesn't make sense to me, really. But I see it, and I gotta listen to it. And that's why I'm choosing to stay for the ones that love me the way that I love them and can see it and feel it. So, yeah. So, I'm like, yeah, I don't cook. I don't do this. I don't really do this or that or that. But that's how I started the Beehive. By drinking coffee with Wendy. And that's what I'm going to focus on. Because that's what I do best. And that is being, what is this? Lighthearted, silly, breezy, safe. And I didn't write it down, but it goes without saying, hilarious all the time, every day, all the time, every minute. So we're going to go to page 5 and see what that holds for us. Okay. So, oh yeah. So this is kind of a follow-up on I am not singled out. Every person that puts themselves out there will receive bullying. I know, I've seen, I've heard, and lately I feel it. It can be absolutely paralyzing. Pain, anxiety, questioning myself, doubting myself, and it's not that I'm suicidal. I'm not. I know myself better than that. However, I used to be, I tried to take my life once when Ryan was a baby. I got really, really, really sad. But then I used to cut myself. And I cut myself not to hurt, like, kill myself. I cut myself because I was bulimic and I hated my life. You know why people cut. If you don't know, that's okay too. Basically, to take the pain in my heart away, I would just cut myself. So that's kind of why I wear a lot of bracelets on this arm. And I found myself wanting to cut myself. And I found myself understanding how people's words can push people to take in their own lives. I'm like in my mind planning my own death, my own funeral. Like, these people are gonna drive me to very bad thoughts. And it's very real. It's so real. I mean, I don't put woe is Wendy. But seriously, woe is everybody that has to deal with bullying. Like, it's not okay. I've dealt with bullying my whole life. I have been beat up since I was 5 years old. And all I've ever wanted to do is be accepted by women. And I have so many, and then just a couple want to take me down. And again, all I want to do is love them. That's all I want to do. Show them that I'm a good person. Just show them. But bullies, don't be mean. Don't be mean. Your heart is hurting probably. Or you're lonely, or you're envious, or you're sad, or you're jealous, or you're have mental illness like myself. I'll love you. I'll love you, Deb. I'll love you, Andrea. I'll love you, Miss Betty. I don't want to gossip about it. I want to heal. So, anyway, I, Wendy Renee Bailey, am not perfect. I am just a woman trying to be the best version of myself to the standards that please my God. My God. I don't know who your God is. Maybe it's the same. But my God. Moving forward, I will do what I have always done. I will be Wendy. I will be lighthearted. I will be loving. I will be funny. And I will provide a safe space. That makes me happy. That just makes me freaking happy. We are on page 6. Oh my God. We are moving along. Okay. So I am an open book. And with that, I have good days. So many. I have so many good days. I also have bad days. About 7 a month. I try to keep the hard days minimal, usually disappearing for days. And, you know, Heather's taught me a lot on, like, you haven't gone live, you know, like the beehive relies on you to show up, you know, you need to do this. And at first, I'm like, they don't care, like, seriously, nobody cares what I'm doing right now, Heather. And she was like, yeah, they might. And I'm like, so I'm really trying to understand that. It's a struggle for me. It's been a struggle since the get. I am not good with praise or attention, although I'm on the camera. It's different. I don't know. But anywho, so I preach acceptance. Yet when I go through my hard days, I put this big wall up. Put this big old wall up. And I'm seeing that it's blocking the most important connection that I have in my life, and that's my beehive. I can be sad, and I can get, you know, put on a happy face and, you know, hit live and go. And by the end, not even the end, probably within just a couple seconds, I'm not faking my smile anymore. And it's not, sorry, I have an eyelash that's being funky. It's not one time. It's 99% of the time. Sometimes the pain is just too much. And my smile goes away when the camera goes off. But most of the time, once I hit live, go and see people pop up, it's like, I'm not in this alone. And when I go through my hard times, my PMDD, I kind of just shut you guys out in hoping to protect y'all's feelings and my integrity, because I'm not my strongest in those moments. You know, I did kind of snap at, not kind of, I did snap at Miss Betty Be Alive, because I wasn't in the right mind. And a lot of things were built up. You know, there is 2 sides of the story, and then there's the truth. So just keep that in mind. And if I wouldn't have gone live in my PMDD, I wouldn't have went off on her. So, but I want to learn from it, and I want to do better. So, and here, I need you all so much in these times. I need you so much. And y'all need to see and know all of me to see if you're able to accept me in my good and in my bad. And that was my bad that you guys saw not too long ago. And I lost a lot of you. And that makes me sad because I'm not perfect. And I make a mistake, and I'm not perfect. I'm flawed, and I'm super great in so many areas. And then, but the flaw that I have is I hurt with my words, and it's really bad. It's really bad. It always has been. So, prayers for that, please. Moving along. I am on a journey just as you are. I have my own mind and my own thoughts. I want to make them known. Then you can decide if you really want to be here and be a part of the beehive. These are a few things that I wrote down, but I'm going to go into more depth I think on page 7. I smoke cannabis. Not that I need to justify, but just for the people that don't know. I never did do drugs. I never drank. I still don't. When I was 34, my cancer came back, and I decided I'm not going to go down that path. I'm just going to smoke marijuana, and that's what I did. And my cancer did go away. I don't know how that happened, but I know that my sister was there the day because they didn't want me going alone, and my cancer was gone. I haven't been back since. I don't know if it's back. I don't really want to know. But that's just how it got started. And then shortly after, I had gastric bypass. And if I don't smoke cannabis, I don't eat. Plain and simple, I don't. And I'm already tiny. Everybody tells me I'm tiny. I know. Yeah, it sucks. So I smoke cannabis, and I have a license to do so, and it's legal in my state. So I also smoke cigarettes. I'm not going to justify it. It sucks. It's stupid, and hopefully one day I won't. I believe in all religions, spiritualities, all of it. I believe all of it exists. I believe in aliens. I believe in dinosaurs. I believe in Scientology. I hate it, but I believe everything exists. Because this one person believes it, it's their truth, and that matters. It doesn't mean it works for me. It doesn't believe I believe in it. I respect it. I respect it, and I want to know all about it. I pray in Jesus' name. That's what feels right to me. That's what feels right to me. Yeah. And I choose not to work 9 to 5. It's not okay with my mental health. I don't need to prove that to you. You don't have to be here if it bothers you that much. If shit hit the fan and I had to work a 9 to 5, I will absolutely do it. Have I thought about going back to teaching a lot lately? Yes, but it's just mentally not best for me or children because I do great, and then that structure wears on me. I get mentally unstable, and then the kids are left without a teacher, and it's just, I've done it repeatedly, like 3 times. I'm not doing it again at this time. I would have to talk to my counselor and really put a plan in place and what my intentions were and really commit and know that it's just not right for me. So that's just what it is. So I'm going to page 7. Money hungry. I'm not going to speak much on this because it is the most irrelevant, off-kilter, untruthful, absurd, hurtful thing I've ever heard in my damn life. God, I know myself. I'm so good. I will speak on this one last time. That's what I wrote. This conversation piece hurts the most. As I have stated, giving is like air to me. I refuse to speak on my daily, and I mean daily, gifts and blessings God and I create together. These moments are between Him, me, and the person that was touched. I repeat, if I have money, I will find someone to give it to a fault. And I'm working on it, balance. And I put there, I am working on finding balance. So here I'm going to, I put maybe clean up the air for a couple of y'all that have some questions. I'm gonna touch base on this very quickly. Facebook is going under, unfortunately. Facebook owed me a lot of money. I have my personal page, Wendy Renee Bailey. just as you have what you watch me on. And then I have my Beehive. I have administrators that can go on to the Beehive. Facebook, for their reasoning, was child cruelty and exploitation. Okay, wow, that's fine. It's not fine. It's just stinging a little bit in my heart. They removed my personal page. They didn't remove the Beehive. They removed my Wendy Renee Bailey page. So I've been going live on my administrator's page, which is Allie's page. And I can go live and do stuff there. I no longer have Facebook. I no longer have Messenger. I no longer have a WhatsApp under my number. I have to use Heather's. I no longer have Instagram. Like, Facebook just took this all away from me. And then on top of that, they decided that the $8,000 that they owe me, they were not going to pay me. It took me a month, but I have moved past that. I'm not money hungry, so I can manipulate my life to make it work. People question my motives, why I'm going to YouTube. Wasn't my choice. I picked Facebook. That's where I want to be. They just won't let me be there. So I'm paying taxes at the end of the year on money I'm not being paid. And I can't even shut my Facebook page down. The actual Beehive. I can't even shut it down. So they're going to continue to get money off my ads, my videos. And they're going to continue to tax me on this money. So I'm kind of in whatever. So then I get people that question me. And unfortunately, those people are now seeing that I'm not lying, that I have nothing to gain from this. I'm losing 23,000 bumblebees. I have 1,600 on YouTube. But unfortunately, and it really breaks my heart, Erica Derrickson, so many people of you follow her as well. She lost her page to something very similar. And I can't imagine the financial effects this is making on her life. She is in the middle of building a home in Guatemala. And Facebook just decided to close down one day, just in one day, 300,000 creators' profiles. I don't know how I'm faking this. I don't know why people think I would be faking this. It's terrible, and it's changing, and it's affecting people's lives on the daily, on extreme levels. So I had to move to YouTube, and I'm so grateful. If you're watching this, you have decided to come over, and I hope that you stay. So I just want to explain the YouTube and the Facebook situation. It's so bizarre to me. It has been life-altering, life-changing. I lost my life when that page went down. I couldn't contact any of you. And it was like, it took my sister bawled because she knew how heartbroken I was. Like, my sister, she saw how broken I was. And she told me, Wendy, I'll do whatever. Just the other day, she told me, you want me to sing? I'll get on live and I'll sing. I'll do whatever I can to help you get followers. Then she'll never go live, not even pictures. And I said, no. That'll happen in its own timing, organically. But just the way she felt my heartbreak was just lovely. And I'm so grateful for that. Because my heart, whether some of you believe it or not, was, and it still is, pretty broken. I took it hard. I fought it. But it took me down. It took me down. God, ooh. It was tough. So, we're talked about that. I'm not even going to talk about that. I'm over it. I want to touch base on this, and I want to reiterate again that there's two sides to every story, and then there's the truth, okay? And hopefully Miss Betty and I alone will be able to mend whatever was amiss. And I don't like speaking about Miss Betty. She's not here. And I don't like talking about it, period. It's really nobody's business, but both sides, me and her, have kind of made it your all's business, and I feel like I just wanted to share this little piece only because it has been made public via Miss Betty and myself. And that is Miss Betty, and I'm saying this, I don't know where the hole is. That's so inappropriate. I'm saying this. And please call me out if that's what needs to be done, because I want to find the healing path, because I need and want Miss Betty in my life. Never ever has Miss Betty gifted me cash, except for one time, and that was almost $600, maybe $600 for the rental car. And that's because she suggested it. And I was humbled. And I was grateful. And I made a beautiful friendship. There's a miss there. And I am going to try everything to get that in line. But there's a miss there. And I never asked for that. And I don't know if you all think Miss Betty buys me or buys me gifts beyond the moon, and like, no. You guys are talking to the wrong bumblebee. I have other bumblebees that do that for me, that are so kind and behind the scenes, that like to help me when they can. Miss Betty is not that person. And if you think buying me, Miss Betty doesn't think this. This is not what I think. I do not think that. If you think ever buying me is going to get you to me, it's going to push me away so quickly. So quickly. Because I can't be bought. I can't be bought. Miss Betty has never tried to buy me. But she has never given me money. Never. And I'm saying this where she could call me out at any moment. Tell me when. She's bought me a meal. I bought her a meal. I've given her free hummingbirds. She's given me free things. I thought it was a back and forth. And if I took advantage or misunderstood or misread, I want to know. But I'm going to leave it at there. Because so many people want to know, and so many people ask, and it was known that Miss Betty did give me a rental car. That's why I chose and was able to, with good intent, speak on this. So that's where I'm going to leave that. And I think that takes us to page 8. You guys, come on now. Under an hour, no way. So, I am here and I will continue to show up. I got to fine tune some stuff, get your guys' input, you know. But I just ask that if you want to move forward after watching this video, I just ask you to love me just as I am, flawed and beautiful. And I don't mean beautiful. I'm getting there, but I mean beautiful. I'm flawed, but I'm beautiful. And someone, I don't remember, probably Patrice, said that if, you know, Jesus died on the sin for nothing if we were perfect. So, I'm flawed. Jesus is down with that. God's down with that. I'm open. I'm open to hear whatever you have to say. I'm quite interested, actually. And the Facebook platform will be ended. I am no longer posting. I made a post saying goodbye, and I hope that the bumblebees that want to be a part of the hive show up in some form or fashion. Once Facebook is completely down, I hope they find us. It makes me sad to lose so many. I have mourned the loss of the beehive for over a month, and it's going to take a long, long time. It's like a death. It's like a death to lose that. That was a lot of beautiful souls making a whole lot of light, and the devil just couldn't handle it. So we're just going to rebuild. We're going to rebuild because we can. We're bees. So, what else did I put here? I'll tell you guys that later because that's just a fun fact and a fun story. I truly believe my purpose is to serve. I don't want to live a life where I can't. I promise to hold a safe and real space. I know things are going to happen. I know that people are going to comment inappropriately. People are going to be hateful. But with all of my might, and I'm going to pray with all of my heart, and I ask that you do the same, that God just keep the people that are hurting, that don't want to be better, and that aren't going to hear our message, to stay away, and to give us the strength to not allow it to knock us down. I'm going to pray very hard on this because it's hard. It's so very hard. It's so very hard. So with all of my might, I'm going to provide a safe and real space for the ones that want to be here. I promise with self-boundaries to love you, accept you, and always help you to never lose hope. That's fantastic. So let's light this dark world with our light. And I want to know your thoughts and your input. I'm going to take the comments that are left on this post, specifically, good and bad, and I'm going to, I don't care if there's 2, if there's 20, I don't care. And I'm going to put them in my journal, and I'm going to focus on all the beautiful words and the difference that I make in your world, and how you see the difference you make in my world, and that we want to be together, and that if there's a couple haters, that it's on paper, I see it, it's drowned with all this love, and I want to have that with me for always. So I'm going to do my best, because I know God closed this door on Facebook. He's to open another one, and he has. I have just been scared, processing, healing, sleeping a lot, because I've been sad, but I'm moving forward with what Wendy does best, and that I'm so grateful to be able to do, and that is to love you guys and to make you smile. Now, there's going to be days I'm going to show up and I'm going to be in a poopy mood, and I'm going to need you to make me smile, and you will. But every day I want to show up for you. Sure to love you. I love each and every one of you. And I I want to grow with you all and make this dark, dark, sad world a brighter place. We did it. The end. If you want a copy. The end. So there it is. If you made it through it, I love you for that. I think it's 3:30 a.m. Maybe 4. I might stay up. I just feel so refreshed and lifted. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Let's build this. It's free. It's free. Let's just do it together. And love one another. Heal broken hearts. Give people voices. Fill little kiddos' stockings with little stocking stuffers. Love the animals, you know. Just be as godly as we can be. Jesus is my role model. I love me some Jesus. Make good choices.